And welcome, everyone. My name is Josh Clausen from CTV Edmonton. It is my honor and pleasure to be here as your MC this evening. Thank you to all of you for joining us. Your honors, Minister Orr, honored award recipients, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us safely online for the celebration. We know this occasion is as important to you as it is to us, and we really appreciate you taking your time and joining us from wherever it is that you are this evening. Today, we're here to celebrate the efforts and achievements of those who selflessly dedicate their time and talents to helping others. We're here tonight to recognize Alberta's exceptional volunteers. Now, each day, these remarkable Albertans find it in their hearts to give their time and make a difference. And it's thanks to them that our communities are stronger, more welcoming places to live, work, and raise a family. And thanks to them, Alberta will rise from this pandemic stronger and better than ever. We're incredibly proud of the work of Alberta's volunteers, and the Stars of Alberta Volunteer Awards is our way of acknowledging and thanking these remarkable individuals that make a difference for all of us every day. Today and tonight, we celebrate 9 outstanding members of Alberta's incredible volunteer family with the presentation of the 2021 Stars of Alberta Volunteer Awards, and we also have one special recognition. At this point, I'd like to ask the 2021 Stars of Alberta Volunteer Award recipients to give us a wave from their cameras, and let's give them a warm round of applause. Congratulations to all of the award recipients. To begin this special event, it's my pleasure to invite Her Honor, the Honorable Salma Lakhani, Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, to provide her remarks. Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Josh. Hello, everyone, and a very special welcome to our wonderful award recipients. I'm so honored to join in this special virtual event in celebration of your extensive contributions to our province. We are truly fortunate to have dedicated citizens like you lighting the way forward in our communities. Some of you have offered a lifetime of service, and others are at the beginning of your work as volunteers, but you are all most worthy of recognition as Stars of Alberta. Your very important efforts are fostering greater health and hope for the most vulnerable among us and lifting people up when they are at their lowest. You are helping to keep Albertans connected, learning, and engaged in community life, particularly through recent challenges of the pandemic. You are also making our province more vibrant, caring, and inclusive, while creating opportunities for people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life to succeed. There is a saying that if your actions inspire others to do more, dream more, be more, and learn more, then you are a leader. I think this captures the impact that each of you have had through your volunteerism. Your work reaches far beyond the lives of the people you serve, because your fine examples inspire us all to reach a little further in our own efforts. As Her Majesty the Queen's representative in Alberta, I would like to offer my heartfelt gratitude and congratulations to Garrison, John, Clayton, Bev, Bill, Shirley, May, Gay, and Emmanuel. Congratulations again on this well-deserved honor, and thank you for all that you do, and I know will continue to do. I would also like to thank our host, Minister Ron Orr, and his team at Alberta Culture for your valued service to our province. Thank you all. Please stay safe and well, and happy holidays to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor, for those words. Now, she mentioned Minister Orr. Let's invite Minister of Culture, the Honourable Ron Orr, to deliver his greetings on behalf of the Government of Alberta. Minister Orr, floor is yours.
Wonderful. Thank you. What a great night. What a great opportunity to be here. And I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are all sharing this land of Alberta with Treaty 6, 7, and 8 territory, not to mention the Métis people and many new Canadians who have come as well. So thank you, Josh. Good evening to everybody. And I'm honored to be here with Her Honor, our Lieutenant Governor of Alberta. And, you know, I want to thank her for her service as well, because that I know of, this is her third event today, at least. So thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it a lot. And I also want to bring warm greetings from our Premier and all of my government colleagues on both sides of the House. We're here together to recognize and really to celebrate the accomplishments of 9 amazing Albertans. In a few minutes, we'll hear the stories of these deserving Stars of Alberta award recipients. You know, our volunteers really are the vital energy, the heart and the soul of our social, cultural, recreational programs and activities that we all rely on and enjoy. Volunteers are the cornerstones to building vibrant, welcoming, and inclusive communities. And while this year's Stars of Alberta recipients come from different communities, backgrounds, and experiences, I know you're all united by your passion to step up and just make a difference in your neighborhoods and your communities. Your contributions range from supporting 4-H, youth education, to health and mental health initiatives. You advocate for vulnerable and marginalized groups. The volunteers in this province support many community organizations. We also have strong advocates for anti-racism, ending violence against women and girls, 2S LGBTQIA plus community, and every award recipient has contributed tirelessly to support the people, the causes, and the communities that are dear to them. This year's awards recipients lead with their hearts, and they embody that really strong spirit of volunteerism that's a part of Alberta. So I'm humbled, truly, by our Stars of Alberta recipients and by the more than 1.9 million Albertans who make up our province's extensive volunteer family. You see a need in your community, you go out and reach every day to make life better for your friends, your neighbors, people that you in fact may never even meet, but you still do it. Leading by example, you inspire others to serve by showing us the true meaning of community spirit. So on behalf of the Premier and all Albertans, congratulations and thank you to the 2021 Stars of Alberta Volunteer Award recipients. We and I are grateful for your life-changing work in our communities. So thank you.
Well said, and thank you, Minister Orr. Now, let's get to the most anticipated and exciting part of our evening as we announce the recipients of the 2021 Stars of Alberta Volunteer Awards, and we'll begin in the youth category. The first award this evening goes to Garrison Dyke. Let's find out more about Garrison.
Perhaps it's through the time spent helping his grandmother deal with the physical challenges she deals with daily that inspired Garrison Dyke to extend a helping hand to the most vulnerable in his community and beyond. Whatever the reason may be, this 22-year-old Edmontonian continues to be motivated to help those most in need, and by his example, he's motivating others to community service. In the last year, Garrison, despite the heavy course load as a University of Alberta student, contributed almost 600 hours of volunteer service. Supporting the health needs of those in the inner city has become a focus of Garrison's volunteer activity and has fueled his desire to pursue a medical career working with marginalized populations. As student lead, Garrison is using his research skills and time spent working in an opioid use disorder clinic to design a public education program to help community volunteers respond to the growing issue of drug poisoning. Garrison collaborated with physicians, outreach workers, and people with lived experience in addictions to develop a reference manual to equip frontline workers with the knowledge to respond to victims of drug overdoses. The manual also includes an inventory of available supports for those dealing with addictions, serving as a key resource to help volunteers talk with people about substance abuse and direct them to the help that they need. Volunteering with the StreetWorks medical team, Garrison is involved with overdose response support, monitoring, distributing safe drug and sex supplies, and delivering drug and STI education. In this role, Garrison also helps community members connect with healthcare and social services such as substance use disorder supports and treatments, pregnancy support programs, housing, counseling, mental health services, Indigenous services, and income support. As a volunteer with the Edmonton Water Warriors, Garrison raises funds and helps in the weekly delivery of food, water, clothing, and health supplies to the city's homeless population. The Water Warriors are also working to create a safe, inclusive space for unhoused Indigenous peoples who feel unsafe or unwelcome in those shelters that are available. The experience has helped build more trusting relationships, as well as Garrison's understanding and commitment to Edmonton's diverse community of marginalized citizens. From fundraising in support of diabetes and cancer research to volunteering in support of medical research projects and mentoring high school students struggling with online learning during the COVID-19 pandemic, Garrison responds to the needs of those in his community with action, helping to bring a bit of light into the lives of those around him, something that volunteer stars do best. Garrison Dyke, 2021 Stars of Alberta Youth Award recipient.
Congratulations, Garrison. Well deserved, and we all thank you for your work in our community. The next recipient in the youth category is John Christie Johnson, also from Edmonton. It's your John Christie Johnson story.
It would not take a researcher very long to identify John Christie Johnson as a volunteer star. Despite his youth, John Christie already made his mark as an author, scientist, biomedical engineer, medical student, and health researcher, and all before his 24th birthday. Recognizing how the COVID-19 pandemic was impacting the learning opportunities of his fellow researchers, John Christie co-founded the AIC National COVID-19 Volunteer Initiative, recruiting over 100 fellow student volunteers from across Canada. Through the program, volunteers offered their talents in support of meaningful research projects and in return were able to further their own professional development. To date, the initiative has resulted in over 150 books, audiobooks, scientific articles, conference presentations, and is furthering the work of the scientific community. While the list of organizations having benefited from John Christie's volunteer service is long and laudable, it's his work within the disabled community that perhaps shines forth most brightly. A biomedical engineering graduate student, John Christie has leveraged his growing knowledge and expertise to work on behalf of those struggling with disabilities and mental illness, and has resulted in the creation of 2 research-based social enterprises. You Move was created based on an idea to transform decommissioned wheelchairs into wheelchair trainers, while John Christie's other venture, Click and Push Accessibility, has produced an app that helps wheelchair users chart accessible routes around their community in advance of the trip. For disabled scientists, veterans, students, athletes, and artists who have set their sights on a journey far beyond their own communities, John Christie also offered his talents as a communicator to support Mission Astro Access. The project is an international effort aimed at expanding the scope of accessibility into space by identifying candidates for a historic parabolic flight where they will experience weightlessness as they carry out experiments and observations in conditions simulating lunar and zero gravity. The project will help researchers identify what modifications would be necessary to facilitate space travel for the disabled. John Christie's dedication and commitment have inspired a new generation of highly skilled volunteers and opened new avenues of exploration for those whose abilities are too often overshadowed by disability. For helping those in their journeys both here on Earth and in the vastness of the skies above, John Christie Johnson is a worthy Stars of Alberta Volunteer Award recipient. John Christie Johnson, 2021 Stars of Alberta Youth Award recipient.
Oh, that is awesome. Great to see the future is in good hands with people like John Christie and Garrison. All right, let's move on to the adult category. And the first award in the adult category goes to Clayton Bowes of Medicine Hat. Let's meet Clayton.
Like a lot of parents, Clayton Bowes' introduction to volunteerism was helping out with his own children's activities. But if there's such a thing as a volunteerism bug, Clayton caught it. Blending his passion for engineering and the sciences with his volunteerism, Clayton demonstrates his philosophy that volunteering is essential to helping communities become more sustainable and contributing to a more connected world. Each year, Clayton contributes an average of 500 volunteer hours in support of a wide range of projects and activities. As Dean of the School of Arts, Science, and Education at Medicine Hat College, it's not surprising that a focus of Clayton's volunteerism is sharing the joy of scientific discovery and learning. And as a member of the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Alberta, otherwise known as APEGA, and chair of the organization for 3 years, Clayton is well positioned to help budding scientists in their journey of discovery. Clayton engages youth in a wide array of science demonstrations, always willing to take time out to share with students his knowledge and engineering experience. Consider it training for another of Clayton's volunteer activities, the APEGA Science Olympics. Students in grades 1 through 12 are given a series of problem-solving challenges that combine fun and learning and allow students to see how science impacts our daily lives. Whether it's tutoring students in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math topics, contributing to the Kiwanis Science Fair, or playing host to international high school students through the Canadian Homestay Network, Clayton is always willing to step up in support of youth education. And knowing that there's more to life than study, he's also offered up his time and talents to support local sport, a driving force behind fundraising and event planning and serving as an ambassador for the Alberta Winter Games. Add to that a stint as chair of the Medicine Hat High School Booster Club and 15 years of volunteer service with APEGA. It's easy to see where those 500 hours of volunteering each year go. As one committed to lifelong learning, Clayton is inspiring a new generation and arming them with the tools to explore the world around them and realize their academic dreams. A volunteer star helping students navigate a pathway to success. Clayton Bowes, 2021 Stars of Alberta Adult Award recipient.
Well done, and congratulations, Clayton. And we won't hold the Saskatchewan Roughriders tie against you, although go Riders this weekend. The next award in the adult category is Bev Lands from Lethbridge. Let's meet Bev.
It's unlikely Bev Lands is going to end her contributions towards building a stronger, more prosperous Lethbridge anytime soon. But if she did, she could do so knowing that she's already helped put the southern Alberta city on the path to a brighter future. In her 5 years as volunteer on the board of the Lethbridge and District Exhibition, Bev successfully guided one of the city's most valued institutions through a period of transitional change. A true leader, Bev never failed to put in anything less than her best effort, and by her example, she inspired those around her to do the same. Due to her hard work and unwavering commitment to her community, the board and team at the exhibition were pivotal in securing nearly $71 million in funding for the exhibition's marquee development, the Agri-Food Hub and Trade Center. A mammoth undertaking by any standards, the Agri-Food Hub and Trade Center will create nearly 400 jobs during construction and 50 new full-time permanent positions upon completion of the facility in 2023. The impact of the facility will benefit generations to come in Lethbridge as a community hub that will transform the way Lethbridge hosts international events and showcases the rich food sector of southern Alberta. Along with the new facility that Bev so fiercely advocated for, legacy programming will come that mentors college students and business incubation that scales up local entrepreneurs. Once operational, the new facility is expected to contribute more than $90 million every year to the regional economy. When she's not busy championing a paradigm-shifting project and helping shape her community's future, Bev is contributing her time and talents as an active volunteer with the Lethbridge Rotary Club. As a founding member of the joint scholarship initiative between Rotary and the exhibition, Bev helped create a program that will support local post-secondary institutions by opening new learning opportunities for the next generation of agricultural leaders. Bev also volunteered on the boards of Heart of Our City and Downtown Business Revitalization Zone, where she served 2 terms as president and as a member of the University of Lethbridge Senate. Bev amassed a number of significant achievements in the past 5 years and is helping to lay the groundwork for much more success in the future. As one of only 2 women to have served as president in the 124-year history of the Lethbridge and District Exhibition, Bev is a worthy role model for women volunteers, executives, and entrepreneurs. And given her achievements to date, the sky is not the limit, just new territory for this volunteer star to shine. Bev Lands, 2021 Stars of Alberta Adult Award recipient.
Congratulations, Bev. Well deserved on your award. Let's move on to the senior category now. And the first award in the senior category goes to Bill Jackson from Turner Valley. Here's Bill's story.
The Millerville Racing and Agricultural Society was created to fulfill the mission of building community spirit, and few exemplify that mission more than Bill Jackson. In fact, some might say the Millerville Racing and Agricultural Society was created just so Bill Jackson would have another outlet where he's able to expend his seemingly endless supply of volunteer energy. Since 1970, Bill has been a volunteer force, driving numerous society-hosted events and activities. Bill has been a leader in the organization and staging of the Pritis and Millerville Fair, one of the community's most popular events. His ongoing involvement has included hands-on work to prepare the fairgrounds and introducing new attractions. His work with the society also included supporting the annual Millerville Christmas Market and serving on numerous committees, including the Maintenance Committee and Hall Committee. As a member of the Financial Stability Committee, Bill was instrumental in fundraising initiative to support the Society's Legacy Mural Project, his own efforts securing more than $50,000 to help honor the Society's life members and past presidents. And for the record, only one other individual in the 116-year history of the Society has served as president for longer. Bill's involvement as a member in the local 4-H Beef Club at 12 years of age quickly transitioned into a leadership role. For more than 60 years, Bill's support of various 4-H clubs has touched the lives of countless young people, and in 1985, his dedication was honored with the presentation of the Calgary Regional 4-H Council plaque. His commitment to lifelong volunteerism is evident in Bill's long association and support of the Christ Church in Miller. From the age of 14, Bill has meticulously and lovingly cared for the grounds and the church itself. Bill later coordinated volunteers to complete the extensive landscaping program just in time for the church's 100th anniversary. And for good measure, he co-chaired the organizing committee for the 3-day anniversary celebration. Bill has never shied away from getting involved in projects that have and continue to make a difference in the life of his community and those who reside there. And he has never hesitated to bring friends and family along with him, inspiring others to step up and follow his example. For all of this and more contributed over a lifetime of service, much of it behind the scenes, hidden from view, it's time for Bill Jackson to take center stage as volunteer star. Bill Jackson, 2021 Stars of Alberta Senior Award recipient.
Congratulations, Mr. Jackson. You are a shining example to all of us for sure. Now, the next award in the senior category goes to Shirley Scott from Kitscotty. Here's more about Shirley.
No one should have to walk the path of grief alone. That realization has been a guiding force in Shirley Scott's life since losing her daughter Audra in a car accident, and the catalyst behind the creation of the Walking Through Grief Society. With no access to counseling or other supports available, Shirley was left to struggle through her own loss alone. Shirley emerged from that experience with a determination to see that no one should ever have to walk through grief alone again. What began in 1991 as a conversation over coffee with a few others who had shared a similar experience, today, 30 years later, has evolved into a multi-level support system for adults and children dealing with loss and the grief that lingers long after. After completing her own training as one of the first graduates of Lakeland College's Community Mental Health Certificate program, Shirley has overseen the training of a team of more than 200 compassionate, capable volunteers ready to answer the call for help in Vermilion, Wainwright, and Lloydminster, as well as surrounding communities. Her work has led to collaborations with local and provincial mental health initiatives, including Vermilion is Being Empowered, a member of Alberta Health Services network of mental health capacity building sites. Shirley has been a valuable resource, her input helping to support the development of programs to support and create awareness of resources to help the bereaved. A founding member of the annual Walk of Remembrance, she continues to volunteer at the event 11 years after its inauguration, bringing the community together to mark World Suicide Day. Shirley also remains directly involved, providing support through one-on-one meetings with those who have shared in the pain of losing a loved one to illness or other tragic circumstance. Retirement has only given her more time to pursue her vision. For the last decade, Shirley contributed more than 1,000 volunteer hours each year, helping to develop and update resources, coordinating volunteer facilitators, and fundraising to support the society in its mission. For the thousands of Albertans who have found support and strength in their own journey through grief, Shirley's vision 30 years ago has been realized. Walking through grief is the legacy of a child lost and a mother's unfailing dedication to honor her daughter's memory and the memories of those who seek out her compassionate care. The light of volunteer star helping to pierce the darkness of despair. Shirley Scott, 2021 Stars of Alberta Senior Award recipient.
Congratulations to Shirley. Very, very well-deserved honor for you this evening. Now, the following 3 awards are presented in the Breaking Barriers category that recognize exceptional volunteers working to create diverse and inclusive communities. And the first award in this category recognizes individuals or groups working in the area of anti-racism. This year's award goes to Hong Mei Han of Calgary. So here's Hong Mei Han's story.
The COVID-19 pandemic has increased the incidence of cultural and racial discrimination against those in Alberta's Asian community. One of the leaders in the campaign against anti-Asian hate is Hong Mei Han. Since the start of the pandemic, Hong has been working to engage the community in actions in support of anti-racism and anti-Asian sentiments. Recognizing youth as a force for change, Hong initiated the COVID-19 Tomorrow Youth Volunteers Team. Youth members participated in a number of events to raise awareness, including the Stop Asian Hate Rally in Calgary and the kickoff of Asian Heritage Month. The group has also helped teens connect with their peers, learn new skills, contribute to the wider community, and encourage positive mental and physical well-being during the pandemic. When COVID-19 team was itself targeted for online hate, rather than back away from the reality of discrimination, Hong began work in organizing the first Canadian Youth Forum on Discrimination and Mental Health. Students in ages ranging from high school to university level from across Canada were invited to join events and workshops and take part in panel discussions with guest speakers as they explored ways to navigate social situations and solutions around racial discrimination. COVID-19 was also invited to take part in Act to End Racism, a cross-country campaign to raise awareness and provide communities with the tools to combat racism and anti-Asian discrimination. As a result of Hong's work with youth, COVID-19 has also been invited to participate in Alberta's Education Respect in Schools program. Hong continues to serve as a voice for Asian Albertans and was among a group of Chinese and Asian Canadian community leaders invited to join the Calgary Police Service's Diversity Resource Team Super Board, a community outreach effort aimed at supporting greater understanding between communities within Calgary, identifying needs and exploring ways to ensure culturally appropriate service delivery to meet those needs. From designing workshops to helping youth build careers and life skills, to producing the Calgary Stampede Spirit Talent Show, to serving on numerous boards and committees promoting Asian culture, to giving a voice to the concerns of Calgary's Asian community, Hong Mei Han continues to lead and inspire change for a more diverse, equal, and inclusive Alberta. Hong Mei Han, 2021 Stars of Alberta Anti-Racism Award recipient.
Congratulations. And on behalf of all of us, thank you for the work that you do. Before we get to our next award recipient in the Breaking Barriers category, I want to recognize a few of the dignitaries that we have joining us today. One of the nice things about doing this over Zoom is instead of, when we did it in person, there was a limited seating capacity. But now anybody can join in. And we've got Minister Copping is with us. Minister Isaac is with us. MLA Lovely and MLA Sigerson with us as well. So to all of you, thank you for joining us today. The next award, as we said, is also in the Breaking Barriers category, and that recognizes individuals or organizations who volunteer to fight gender discrimination. This year's award goes to Dr. D. Gay Watson-Worth of Calgary, and here is Dr. Watson-Worth's story.
With the compassion, knowledge, and wisdom accumulated through years of study dedicated to combating domestic violence, Dr. D. Gay Watson-Worth is an often unseen and unknown hero to countless women and children forced to escape a dangerous home. As Associate Dean of Teaching and Learning in the Faculty of Health, Community, and Education at Mount Royal University, Gay's research spans dating, domestic, and sexual violence. Gay's current projects focus on the prevention of dating violence on post-secondary campuses. This wealth of expertise Gay brings to her role as president of the Alberta Council of Women's Shelters, a network of more than 40 emergency and second-stage sheltering organizations providing safety and support for women and children fleeing violence and abuse. Not content with simply taking on the challenges and demands of the president's role, Gay helps to ensure that ACWS remains an effective and enduring advocate for women and children and the organizations that are there to help in times of crisis. Thanks to her foresight and seemingly boundless energy, ACWS member organizations have successfully weathered the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic and numerous natural emergencies. Spurred on by the experience of the 2013 Calgary floods, Gay spearheaded the Council's Disaster Preparedness Initiative, developing tools to ensure shelter readiness in the event of a sudden emergency. Those efforts were brought to bear when shelter evacuations were necessitated by forest fires in Slave Lake, Sucker Creek, and Fort McMurray, severe hailstorms in Tabor, and floods in both High River and Fort McMurray. The same knowledge and unbounding community spirit that Gay has brought to ACWS has also helped guide the work of the Discovery House Family Violence Prevention Society, Resolve Alberta, and the Advisory Committee for SHIFT, the project to end domestic violence. Gay's ongoing commitment and the impact of her contributions in support of some of Alberta's most vulnerable citizens has not gone unnoticed. Gay has been recognized twice by the province of Alberta as recipient of the Inspiration Award, both individually and as part of the MRU team who developed Stepping Up, a dating violence prevention program, helping to shine a light on the issue of domestic violence and violence against women, to help victims and to find concrete solutions and path to the elimination of such violence. Dr. D. Gay Worth is an Alberta Volunteer Star. Dr. D. Gay Watson-Worth, 2021 Stars of Alberta Fighting Gender Discrimination Award recipient.
Congratulations, Dr. Watson-Worth. We've said it over and over again, but incredibly well-deserved. And thank you for the time and effort that you put into your volunteerism. The next award in this category recognizes individuals or organizations who volunteer to advocate for 2S LGBTQIA+ community. And the award this year in this category goes to Emmanuel Dubbeldam of Edmonton. Let's hear about Emmanuel's work.
Emmanuel Dubbeldam's efforts on behalf of Alberta's Francophone LGBTQ+ citizens began even before the organization he now represents was created, and it was in large part due to his efforts that the Comité Franco-Queer de l'Ouest was established. In 2017, Emmanuel joined the then Mon Alliance Allosexuelle Heterosexuelle, a gay-straight alliance for Francophone youth involved in the community sector and operating as part of Francophonie Jeunesse de l'Alberta, an Alberta Francophone youth organization. The isolation he felt as an LGBTQ+ youth in Alberta was compounded by the fact that the French language itself, without the vocabulary and terminology, needed to convey clear information on LGBTQ+ matters. It made discussing those matters all the more difficult. the small but mighty team set to work creating resources, helping organizations adapt and understand LGBTQ plus issues, and hosted workshops for service providers and schools. The group and its potential for positive change expanded as the need for services grew, and the decision was made for the AAH to strike out on its own as an independent, incorporated organization. Under the leadership of Emmanuel and his fellow volunteers, in January 2019, Comité Franco-Queer de l'Ouest was born, with Emmanuel among the first board members, serving as Director of Youth Membership and taking a leading role in creating the bylaws and governance structure of the new organization. From grant writing and fundraising to managing the CFQO website, Emmanuel is a hands-on steward of the organization. His commitment and enthusiasm is evident in that he not only handled the onboarding and supervision of CFQO's first employees, but took on the work of positions that had yet to be filled. With a goal of supporting LGBTQ plus youth while creating greater awareness and understanding, Emmanuel shared his learnings through a presentation to Western Canadian participants to Les Jeux de la Francophonie Canadienne Conference, providing mentorship and support to other Francophone organizations seeking to improve LGBTQ plus inclusion. As expressed in Emmanuel's nomination for the Stars of Alberta Award, he may not have been the first participant in the comité, but through his participation and his work, the CFQO has gained visibility, credibility, and a sustained presence in the Francophone community. In doing so, the French-speaking youth are liberated to live their truth. The CFQO and leaders like Emmanuel provide a chance to rally these people in a space where their French heritage and their LGBTQ plus identity are celebrated. Emmanuel Dubaldam, 2021 Stars of Alberta 2S LGBTQIA plus award recipient.
Congratulations, well deserved, and you're busy enough, but maybe I can enlist you to help me with my French for the next time. So I apologize for butchering some of those names. All right, in sharing the stories of long-serving volunteers who we've introduced you to tonight, part of what we're hoping to do is to inspire the next generation of Albertans to step forward and service to their community. And it's on that single and sincere fact that the members of the panel chose to offer special recognition to one nomination and to share with you tonight an inspiring story of volunteerism. In doing so, we hope that this will inspire others. And we also want to thank the staff of the Edmonton Oliver Primary Care Clinic for sharing that story with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Kingfisher.
What can a person share with others when each day is a struggle to secure even the most basic elements of survival? Nicholas Kingfisher gives his time, his enthusiasm, and perhaps unknowingly, a whole lot of joy to a whole lot of people. Nicholas was introduced to the staff at the Edmonton Oliver Primary Care Network Clinic in a chance meeting with one of the clinic nurse practitioners. Life on the streets of Alberta's capital city has made Nicholas a bit leery around strangers. But it wasn't long before he stepped up to serve as an informal volunteer, lending a hand when the need arose. Whether keeping the grounds around the clinic safe by collecting used needles tossed aside by those dealing with addiction, or cleaning up the litter to make the area a more pleasant place to be, Nicholas's simple acts of kindness have lightened the load and served to inspire those he's come to know as friends. Staff at the clinic have been impressed and appreciative of Nicholas's work ethic as he grabs a shovel and clears their path to work on a snowy day or washes the clinic windows. But they've been awed by his willingness to step forward to save the life of an unresponsive man behind a locked door, calmly, methodically, and with a quiet determination working that lock until the door swung aside, allowing staff to successfully treat the incapacitated stranger. While Nicholas's efforts to make life a little better, a little brighter for the staff and visitors to the clinic are valued, it is perhaps the manner in which he approaches life that has had the greatest impact on those around him. With little in the way of material goods, no visible signs of income, and no fixed address, Nicholas continues to demonstrate a spirit of generosity that is often lacking in those with much more to give, willingly sharing what he has with those less fortunate. By working to improve his own health, he's inspired others to pay more attention to their own wellness, and the courage, determination, and empathy he shows in the face of hardship serves only to underscore the real value of his contributions to the community. for contributing what he has and for sharing who he truly is. We honor Nicholas Kingfisher as recipient Stars of Alberta Special Recognition.
It's a great story, and well done on the panel on choosing to acknowledge Nicholas Kingfisher for that inspiring story of volunteerism. Huge thank you to Nicholas for all that he does, and a huge thank you to all of you as well. I know it sounds kind of cliche to say, but you really are changing the world with what you do every single day by giving of your time and talents. So one more time, let's put our hands together for all of tonight's award recipients. Up next, to celebrate the award recipients' accomplishments, a special performance for you this evening by the Vaughan String Quartet. So sit back and enjoy. Outstanding. Thank you to the Vaughan String Quartet for that fantastic performance to help wrap things up. With that, that concludes our event. I want to thank all of you again for dialing in from wherever you are to take part in celebrating volunteerism in Alberta with the 2021 Stars of Alberta Volunteer Awards. A huge congratulations once again to all of the award recipients. A big thank you as well to all of the nominators, because without you, we don't hear about the stories of these great people. It goes said far too often that volunteers do this without needing a pat on the back or wanting a pat on the back, but you deserve a pat on the back. And so that's what we're here tonight really to do, is to thank you for all of your great work in our community. One last reminder to the recipients, don't forget to log in again after we close this session. You'll log in for a private meeting with the Lieutenant Governor and Minister Orr. So again, congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. We hope to see you again next year.